The only difference between an ordinary render and a professional one is realistic lighting. In this video, you'll learn how to create that magic yourself. Hello friends. Welcome to this important video. In this video, we'll go through 4 steps of daytime interior lighting step by step. I placed 2 cameras in the scene so we can render from 2 different angles. In the first step, I add the sunlight to the scene. I've also placed 2 images that work like an HDRI. I go to the top view and add the sun from here. When I move this target, the light direction changes. If I lower the sun, it gets closer to a sunset lighting. This sometimes Corona automatically asks to add Corona sky. But it didn't show up for me this time, so I'll add it manually in the material section. I scroll down and add Corona sky. Its intensity is too high, so I reduce it a lot. For now I set it to 0.2. I minimize the material editor and press key 8 on the keyboard. I connect Corona Sky to the environment map and set it to instance, so any changes update automatically. Now when I change it, it updates the environment map automatically. I've assigned the Tab key to start interactive Corona render. To do this, go to Customize in the top menu, select Hotkey Editor. Search for Start. Enable in. Click on it and assign your desired key. Then press Done. Now, by pressing Tab, the interactive render starts. The sunlight is too strong and causes overexposure. So I reduce the intensity a bit. For now, I set it to 0.4 and take a render. This amount of burn is fine for afternoon light. One very important thing we must use is tone mapping. Exposure controls the scene brightness. Values between 0 and 3 usually work best. For this scene, I set it to 1. White balance controls the warmth and coolness of the scene. Values above 6500 go warmer, and lower values go cooler. Green magenta shifts the light toward green or magenta. contrast works best between 1 and 5. I set it to 2.5. Saturation controls color strength. ACES OT is used for light management. And curves, which I added manually here, are mostly for color and light contrast. For now, I disable curves. I may turn it back on later. Now I add an artificial light so you can see that daylight lighting can't be done with only the sun. I scale it down. This size is enough. I move it a bit backward. I set the light color to Kelvin and make it slightly warmer. I take a render. This is just for testing, I'll disable it later. If you've enjoyed the video so far, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. As you can see, the brightness increased. Especially on the ceiling, and the shadows look more natural. I reduce the intensity a bit. It's better to change its position slightly and rotate it a little. I render again. If you want to use these lights, you must hide them, because they are behind the glass. In addition to disabling direct, you should also disable refract. From objects excluded, I can select objects that the light won't affect. For example, I select the ceiling so you can see the result. I render again to show the effect. This is exactly the purpose of placing this light here. You can see that this area became much darker, and any remaining light is only from the sun, which is completely natural. Now it's time to make the shadows stronger and better in these areas. I open the material editor. This is the ceiling material, and this is the wall material. Between Corona AO and the main material, I place a Corona ray switch map. I previously created a tutorial for the parquet material, which you can also use. I load it from here. Basically, we need to manage the global illumination. I keep direct, reflect, and refract on the normal corona ow. But I assign a darker color to the illumination slot. I do the same for the ceiling material. And also for the parquet material. This adds a slight yellow tint to the walls and ceiling. Alright, now I take a render. Now you can clearly see the difference. The shadows are better and the yellow tint is reduced. Now it's time to add artificial light inside the scene. I place the light inside and reduce its intensity to about 5. And make it slightly warm. Now the result looks almost natural. The shadows formed here are completely natural. I adjust the light slightly toward cooler color and set the intensity to 10. Then render again. The lighting looks better now. Now I disable this light. The scene looks better. I move it farther away from the camera because this light is only meant to slightly brighten the scene and it's not realistic for a daytime render. Now it looks more natural. Now I turn curves back on. I make a few adjustments to see which one looks better. For now, I'll keep it like this. Now I take a render from the front camera angle as well. There's an extra blue light in this area. Alright, I reduce that light. I render again from this angle. It's better to reset the white balance back to 6500. Let me summarize. First, I placed the sunlight. Then I managed the brightness and contrast using tone mapping. Then I used RGB Switch to properly control the shadows. And finally I added artificial lights inside the scene. Thank you for staying with me in this part. In the next part, I'll do the night lighting setup. If you enjoy this type of tutorial, please like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated with future tutorials. Until the next video, goodbye.